Hello, Daz patrons. This is Not From This World, and I want to welcome you to my tutorial series here on YouTube. Now, today is Tuesday, and I was trying to think of something to do for my Tuesday Daz Studio challenge video. And I've been thinking it's maybe time to ask what all of you use Daz Studio for. I was doing a little bit of reading and just out of curiosity was trying to look up what most people use Daz Studio for. And I was reading how a lot of CGI artists will take Daz Studio and use it for things like storyboarding or graphic novels, magazine or book covers, I guess. And those kind of things I've never really thought about using Daz Studio for. Of course, some people use it for animation and others just kind of as a hobby. But I thought I would ask all of you subscribers, what are you actually using Daz Studio for? Now, I haven't used it much for animation, but I know that some people are animating either gaming assets or animating short films. And I have to say that I got into Daz Studio kind of more as a hobby, but it has turned into kind of a third job for me. To be honest, it's one of those things that I kind of fell into just out of interest. And I know I've mentioned it a little bit on this channel in comments, but I don't think I've actually mentioned that I use Daz Studio primarily for my business as an adult content creator. I hope this admission doesn't come as a surprise to most of you. I do know that Daz Studio is pretty popular in the adult content world. There are tons of assets and props that can be purchased to give your character correct anatomical look and pose them in adult situations. So this is no secret that Daz Studio is used a lot of time for this type of content. For me personally, I've used Milica in several comics and situations where I need her, but I also use a lot of other characters, assets, and props for my comics and content. I like to think of Milica as a more innocent character, and that's why I use her for my tutorials. I also know there's been a surge in AI technology, of course, and AI images, but I still stick to my guns that programs like Daz Studio does a better job in pretty much any content area. I'm still seeing AI throw out some crazy looking images that are almost perfect, but then when you start really looking at them, things get strange. And I don't have that issue with Daz Studio at all. Not to mention, I think that AI requires absolutely no talent, whereas Daz Studio is an art. To set up a scene perfectly the way that you like it really is artistic. So whether it's storyboarding or gaming assets or adult content, I still see a huge advantage to using Daz Studio over something like AI. My comics have generated quite a bit of income for me. It's not like anything I can quit my day job and start doing this full time or anything like that, but I have generated some good revenue using Daz Studio. Now, I must admit, it's not with YouTube tutorial videos. I am doing this primarily for fun and just as a way to get more information about Daz Studio from all of you and to hopefully spread some of the things I've learned to other patrons. I started working with Daz Studio over 20 years ago, which is really hard to believe that it's been that long, but I started with sci-fi themes, and then it quickly branched out to a lot of other genre. I now post on various sites I have my own Subscribestar page that brings in most of my revenue, along with over 110 adult comics that I have created through the years. But I also do commission work for clients that are patient with me because I have a real job and I'm slow at creating content, but I do that commission work also for a fee. So I just wondered what all of you prefer to use Daz Studio for. So is it just a hobby? Do you use it for animation, graphic novels, adult content? What do you use it for? So I'll leave it to that for my Tuesday challenge. And I'm really looking forward to reading your comments on this. And perhaps it can drive some new tutorials and some new discussions on Daz Studio. All right, so until Friday, don't forget to like, subscribe, and give me those comments. Take care and happy rendering.